And so I learned that, you know, it's really, it starts by really having that clear definition in your mind. Like, I really don't want this to happen to me and my family again, where I gave 17 years of my life and they just gonna, dispose me like a tissue box. So that one like motivated me. That's the one that really, pushed me to be where I am now.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Podcast. I'm your host, Micah Johnson. And today I'm speaking with Lew, who's been making some serious moves in real estate investing since 2020. Lew, welcome in, man. Glad to have you.
Hey, thank you very much. A cold welcome here from the Garden State of New Jersey.
I heard that, man. Y'all got 20 inches of snow on the ground. It's wild up there right now.
Yeah, that blizzard was something else, man. Oof.
Yeah, it's my in-laws got bombed by it too. Well, I'm excited for our call today. You've got an interesting journey in real estate, heck, an interesting journey to America, the multiple businesses you own. I think our listeners and viewers are going to get a lot of value out of just the way you approach what you're doing, making sure you're actually creating that life you want, which is what we all get in this industry for anyways. So let's dive in there. For folks who may not be familiar with you yet, tell us, what's your main focus these days and what markets you operate in?
Sure. Thank you so much for having me here. It's an honor to be here. I am humbled to be here. So right now I have 3 businesses. I'm operating 3 businesses. I have my real estate. I usually focus on buy and hold, but I'm doing flips now.
Okay.
And then I own a home care agency. We provide personal and companion care, mostly to the elderly. Because my background is I've been in healthcare for maybe like 25 years.
Okay.
And yeah. And then I also have a small lending company. I'm a consumer lender here in the state of New Jersey. And then I have 2 teenage daughters. So that's already a full-time job. So those are the things that's keeping me busy and going every single day.
Love that, man. Love that. Now, you came from the Philippines, you said. When did you get into America?
Oh my goodness. That was in June of 2002. I came here with $200 in my pocket and my suitcase and just like my vision of what I want to do.
Man,
That's all.
It's so powerful because, you're literally 24 years later and you got 3 businesses going. You've stacked them. Now you're 2 teenage daughters. I love it, man. So let's take a step into that real estate world. What was that path into real estate and that led you to where you are today?
So I came here, like what I said, because I was offered a job. I am also a professional human resource director in my previous life. So I worked for this healthcare company for about, I would say, 17 years. So I give my all, heart, everything, blood, sweat, and tears, man. So when I started, I clerked as an HR clerk, and I became the chief operating officer of this healthcare entity in, like, I would say, span of 3 to 4 years.
Wow.
Yeah, so I used to manage or operate nursing homes, assisted livings, home care, an ambulance company. When I started, it was like 60 employees. I grew it to like about 500 employees, man.
Wow.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
Yeah, it was fun. I
Yeah.
learned a lot. Yeah. But, you are an employee. So in August 6th of 2018, man, I was let go. Just like that. Boom.
Mm.
We don't need you anymore. You need to go. So what will I do? I have a family. I have a mortgage. I hit my rock bottom, man, in 2018. I really don't know what to do. So I said to myself, I will never allow anyone to take control of my destiny. I have to do something. That's when I saw real estate as a path to reach this goal. That's when I started learning, I found a job in Brooklyn, New York. I have to travel 3 to 4 hours a day, man, from New York to New Jersey. It's not the distance, it's just the traffic.
Right.
All right. Yeah. So what are you going to do 4 hours a day? I made my car a library. So I listened to a lot of podcasts about real estate. And that's where I learned.
So you got into the game doing buy and holds first. So what markets do you buy in? Is it there in New Jersey?
I'm all over, man. Yes, I have houses here in New Jersey, but I am also invested in Pennsylvania, Maryland, Mississippi, Alabama, Ohio, Florida.
Okay. So you got out of your backyard there, man. I love that. That's usually a tough thing for folks to do, but you're in here growing it. And now you were talking about a book that you read in the pre-recording. I want folks to hear about because it kind of adjusted your goal with real estate per se. Is that would you agree with that?
Absolutely. So I came across this book. It's called The Small and Mighty Investor. And it just clicked on me, man, like that. It's just, the book is simply telling you it's not really the number of units that you will own. It's really the amount of passive cash flow that you need to sustain the life that you want. And if you can do that with lesser units or houses to manage, then the better for you. So,
Right.
yeah. So that's what I'm trying to do now. Really, that's the goal that I'm trying to achieve. So I kind of like really stopped doing buy and hold, and I'm just doing flip now, just to be still engaged in real estate. Because I
Gotcha.
love real estate.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's just a different kind of way of making money if you've got that passive flow going. Cause I like what you said there. A lot of folks get into real estate and I'll hear, I want to own 1,000 doors and all this stuff. And if you want to own 1,000, I don't care. I don't care what your goals are really, but I like to get it deeper than that. Like you were talking about, like, what are you really after? Like go talk to somebody who owns 1,000 doors and see if that's what you really want to do. Or like you're saying, is it just the money that it creates? And if it's just the money that it creates, well, then how much do you actually need? Like, what do you really need? And it's more about not how much do you want to make. I don't ever want a ceiling, but I for sure want a floor. I want to know I got at least this much coming in because that's what lets us have that life we want. It's not just having the money. It's what the money does for us, the peace of mind it creates, security it creates, knowing that no one can just show up one day and say, hey, Lew, we don't need you anymore. You got to go. Right. Like that's the benefit of it. And I love the clarity that you were able to get there because that's where I think a lot of investors kind of get stuck. It's not about doing more. We can all do more. Everybody that takes real estate seriously and does the work, you're good at it. You're capable of doing as many as you want. But what are you trying to get closer to? That is one of my favorite questions. Am I getting closer to the life I want, or am I just doing more stuff? Because those
Right.
are not the same answer.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency. It's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
Right. So my goal now is try to make money in flipping, and whatever money I make in flipping, I would like to pay off the mortgages.
Boom.
For me, I will choose 10 houses that I want to keep. After everything that I just want to keep, I want to pay off that 10 houses, and that 10 houses will just take care of me and my family.
There you go.
So
You'll do what
simple.
you
That's
want to
just
do.
my goal right now.
I love that, man. And well, that's what makes goals doable. It's fun to have big goals and all these things, but if you're going to have a goal, you got to backdoor it. Like, all right, if I want to be here, and what's before that, what's before that, what's before that, all the way to where am I today, and what actual steps do I need to take? That's what brings those things to life. And the simpler they can be, the less moving parts, the more chances you have of actually pulling it off. Because that's the more little things that got to go right, even in a flip. We were talking about this a little bit earlier, so it kind of segues. Flips, you make your money on the buy in real estate for sure. And if you're in there saying, well, if this goes right and this goes right and that goes right, then this is going to pay off this way, man, you're dancing with death at that point, right? Like the more things that need to go right, the probability of it going wrong is just exponentially going up with that. So
I agree, 100%. Yes, absolutely.
playing that
So
game in a way where, again, you actually pull off what you're trying to. We all get into it with a reason. What's that reason? How are you making sure that you're sticking to that to get it done? Because, real estate, you start getting going in it, man, it kind of opens your eyes. You can get that shiny object syndrome pretty easy. You can start adding all these new
Mhm.
tools. There's so many cool things in the real estate world where just knowing, what do I actually need? What do I really need for my business? What am I trying to do? Because that kind of goes into now, your goal is to move into fix and flips, and you have a certain amount you want to do, which lets you decide, okay, how do I go find the deal? Right? Do I need to crank up a marketing team? Do I already have the relationship? So it all kind of pieces itself together once you understand, okay, this is what I'm trying to do.
Yep, 100%. That's true. When they say always put smart goals, right? So what is the goal that's really attainable and realistic to you?
Right. Right.
So you have to
And
determine that. Only you can determine that. So
that's it right there. You don't need someone else's opinion. It's truly your goal. You can make it what you want, but I'm glad that you said smart. There was one of the companies I used to work with, we would always have to build quote unquote smart goals, but it was an acronym. So SMART was oh my God.
specific,
Yeah,
measurable,
specific, measurable. You got it. You
attainable,
know what I'm talking about? Attainable, realistic,
real
and time bound. Like that's
time
a
band.
smart goal. Those are the things that help you see. It changes the I want 1,000 doors to what you actually want, what you can really do, right? Into okay. And that's the key to real estate. This is a slow game. This is
It
not a
is.
fast thing. If you're getting into it, plan on being in it for your life if you fall in love with it. And once that mentality hits, now you realize there's always a deal. If I do what I'm supposed to do, I'll be able to find a deal. I don't need to sweat it. I'm not in a rush to get things done so I can do things right. And that's why the folks that make the most money in this game are the ones that have stayed in it the longest. And that's where, when I'm dealing with newer investors, go for the singles and doubles. You'll hit way more home runs doing that than just trying to hit home runs, because those are the ones that you open up a wall and realize that you just added 30 grand to your rehab budget that you never saw. That's what those home
Okay.
run swings tend to end up with.
Tell me about it. I had that experience,
Oh,
direct. Yeah.
take us through it, man. What was it like? So you've walked through a hard deal. What did it teach you?
Oh my God. So my first flip, it taught me to be conservative. You have to be really conservative when you're doing your ARV, right? And then you really need to find the right help, the right contractor. Because I partnered with this guy, he started working, and we found out later he needs a permit to do this. So town came back, said, "You don't have a permit, you gotta tear the wall apart and start doing everything all over again."
Wow.
It was a nightmare. It was a
Right,
nightmare.
right.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
That's tough, man. Tough. I try to tell everybody on the show, education step one. And sometimes we earn it the bloody way, and sometimes we can get it in a way where it doesn't hurt too bad. But you absolutely nailed it, man, especially in that fix and flip world. It's a
Right.
relationship business.
It-
Heavy. No one can do everything in that world. You got to meet people, get out there with people, understand. And that story you told, man, I've heard it before, where that's a hard relationship to set up front because you don't know what you don't know yet. You're
Yes.
you're kind of going out trying to vibe check people, understand, but they tell you things you're not really sure what they're talking about. You just, oh, that sounds pretty good. You're just kind of going along with it, and it teaches us. Some folks get that
Yeah.
lucky break; it's a good one. Some get one where it's not. No matter what, you stay in the business long enough, you're going to get both. That's the reality too.
Right. And then you need to learn how to correct yourself by the mistake of others, not by your
Mm,
own mistake. You can
love that.
avoid that by learning from the mistake of others.
It's the cheapest way to learn.
It's the
It's the
cheapest way to
cheapest
learn.
way to learn. It's another reason I say real estate's a team sport. When you get into the higher levels of it, the amount of abundance mindset, giving mentality, people that really will show up and talk to you and help you and show the way. I always say there's no shortcut in real estate, but the shortcut is to the process through people. That's the shortcut. There's only a way to do it. Go talk to people who can show it to you. Because, like you just said, if you can learn from their mistake, it's not just the money you're going to save, it's the amount of time you compress. Because when you got to learn it the hard way, it takes forever. How long did it take you to flip that house? Right? You had months and months of learning that lesson
Right.
where a 2-hour conversation literally could have saved months and months. And
Right.
it's painful to learn, but that's really
Yeah.
that truth. So if you're listening or watching
Right.
it and you're
Right.
on the fence about building relationships with people and just kind of winging it, don't wing it. Don't build the
No.
relationships. Go be intentional about that part.
Yeah. Yeah. This project is supposed to be, the contractor said, "Oh, we'll be done in 4 to 6 months." We ended up like what, 10 months? And I was in a lot of stress because, as you know, it's a bridge loan is only 1 year. And guess what? Our goal here was supposed to be in the market in summertime. We were in the market going winter time. It's the worst time to sell a
Right.
house.
Right, man, that double
Uh,
whammy. Because it is, especially up north. I mean, we slow down a little bit in the winter down here in Florida, but it's not like it's cold enough you can't, or too cold you can't buy a house. It's just folks don't want to do stuff during Christmas. But when you're working in the markets where you get 20 inches of snow and it shuts the town down for a while, right? Those are all extra things you got to factor in, which again just comes with experience of real estate, is knowing.
additionally, families will not move during class season, or if there's school going on. They would
Mhm,
like to move during springtime or summertime because of the
right,
kids. So no one will buy buy the house during that time because they don't want to move schools.
right.
So
And the only people that are really moving are the ones that are desperate. and they're not always in the greatest situations to keep going. So your pool gets smaller. And it's smart though. And if you're listening or watching in and thinking about what Lou just said, especially in the flipping game, when you're think about that up front. So you're buying the deal, you're looking at it, working the numbers, working on how long it's going to take you to rehab it. Because, like you just said, let's say you pick it up in July, it takes you 3 months. Now you have to plan on that going to market and in a way where it's not going to make as much. You needed to do that math up front. That's where you're saying be conservative, because
Right.
you make your money in real estate on the buy. If you
One
can
one
buy smart.
one major mistake that I did also is I did not involve a realtor. But you have to involve the realtor during the early process, so even before you acquire any property, so that the disposition will be all synced in, because that realtor will help you in terms of selling your house. So you have to involve them at the early stage of the acquisition.
Bingo. Couldn't agree more, man. And again, that's just putting that team together. If you're in real estate investing, I call it your tool belt. There are a lot of tools you need to keep in your tool belt, and the majority of them are people. The folks that you have that you can call. Because like you just said, if you're going to walk a house and you can bring your realtor with you, or you can even bring your contractor with you, first, your confidence in the offer that you can make becomes off the charts. Like, you know what you're trying to do, you know what's possible. And then if you get it, great. If you don't get it, okay. Because you knew what you were trying to do. There was a plan that you had in place.
Right.
And this business is not done well alone. You cannot
Absolutely.
do it on an island. It's
It's
one
a
of those,
team sport. It's
it
a team sport.
100%, man, 100%. This has been going on a long time. People have been doing real estate for quite some time. How to do it isn't a mystery. You just need to get around the people that know how to do it and then start asking the right questions,
Right.
participate. Because that's when investors, they don't mind pouring into you if you do the work. Nobody wants to talk to you if you're just going to ask questions and never take action. But if you're taking that asking, learning, taking action, you'll get this feedback loop that, again, it just won't. You'll get that hockey stick growth. You'll become the professional, right? We were making sports analogies. Nobody becomes a professional athlete on their own. I can promise you that. They have
And
teams of people around them, trainers, coaches, mentors, all of the above. And that is just as applicable here in our industry.
right. And it needs to begin with the clarity in your mind. You need to know what you really want before you even go to any mentor. Because if you just gotta go there and you don't know don't have specifics about what you're gonna ask, then how can they help you? They cannot. So you
Right.
need to have clarity in your mind before you even approach any mentor.
Now, take us through that. How did you get that clarity before you approached someone? What were some ways you made sure you were understanding what you wanted?
Yeah, so it all started when I lost my job. When I had this job, is I was, I thought that's it. Like, this is the only way, because where I came from in the Philippines, we were taught to go to school, study hard, find a job, save money, and then retire. Right.
Right.
So that's what I was doing when I was here in America. And then that happened, and then that's why I tried to look for other avenues on how to survive. And so I learned that it's really, it starts by really having that clear definition in your mind. Like, I really don't want this to happen to me and my family again, where I gave 17 years of my life and they're just gonna dispose me like a tissue box.
Right.
So that one, like, motivated me. That's the one that really pushed me to be where I am now. And I really think my boss who terminated me, because if she didn't, I probably still be there.
Right. Right. Well, and that's just it. Like, humans don't make changes when things are going good. We don't have a reason to. We just don't. We're never going to think about, hey, everything's great, I'm going to change it all now. That's just not what we do.
Yeah.
Life puts us into uncomfortable situations that squeeze us down, and the real us gets to come out of it. That's when that change can happen.
Because the number one killer of success is comfort zone. Comfort zone is the number one killer of success. I want you guys to remember that.
Yeah, it is. It is. Because again, life is about growth. It's about learning. One of the things I love about real estate, it's a lifelong learning game. It's changing all the time. It's not the same as it was a year ago or 2 years ago. It won't be the same in a year. It's and that's where putting yourselves around other people that do it becomes super important, because you got to keep your ear to the ground. You got to hear what's going on. You want perspectives from all around the nation. What's going on here? What's going on there? What's
Right.
going on over here? What are you doing
Right.
that's working really well right now? What's not working well? Like really digging in with people, because that's what reveals the secrets. What says, okay, this is really going off. A friend of mine, he heard about a software last year in one of our events. He used that software to make $100,000 the next year. Right. And it's
Wow.
just like that, where it's okay, my ears to the ground. I'm learning. You hear about something, you get to apply it. Boom, creates
Boom.
growth in your business. And he needed growth specifically right there. His business was struggling in that area. It was dispositions. He applied the software to it, created an extra $100,000 in his business that year. And it's
Amazing.
booyah, right? Like, but that's just it. It's fielding the hard. You said something earlier that I really want to tap on, because it was about how important mindset is to this, where things begin as thoughts, they become words, then they become actions, then they become your character, if I said that correctly. And I love that, because it's so true. Because think about the hard times. Let's go through yours. You get fired, then there's thoughts, right? Then they became words, where you saying, I'm over, it's done, I can't do this anymore. What'd the words become? No, they became, this is never happening again. And then the actions followed up with it to say, okay, it's really not happening. And now your character's built where you can lose money on a flip and you're still wanting to do flips, right? That is the beauty of growth in hard times, because it's not that they don't come back around. Hard's guaranteed. Get over it. Like if you get your butt hurt or your feelings hurt by hard all the time, real estate ain't for you. Really, life's not really for you, because that's not the deterrent just because it's hard.
Right.
Growing, learning. And then I love the fact that you had character at the end. When you take the time to manage your thoughts, manage your words, be intentional about your actions, it's who you become that's really important. It's that person that can feel anything life has to offer, whether it's the biggest success or the worst failures. It's who
Great.
you are now. Because that's
Great.
that, going back to the 1,000 house person, I look at him and say, if I gave you 1,000 houses right now, you wouldn't know what to do with them. You would lose them instantly. You would literally have no idea what to do. It's why lottery winners mostly lose all their money. You didn't become who you needed to be to handle 1,000 houses. That's why that person has 1,000. They became who they had to be to do it. And that's
Right.
what's required for all of us. No matter what your goal is, will you become who you have to be to pull that off? And now you're creating a good life. I got a quote I like that says, a good life is made by living the individual days well. And
Oh yeah.
going about it like you're talking about, thoughts, words, actions, character. You do those enough days in a row, man, you farmed out a really good life, right? It's almost
I just
guaranteed at
want to
that
add.
point.
I just want to add one thing there. Your habit, your action becomes your habit.
Ah,
And then
habits.
and then
Habits become
yep.
character.
Oh,
Actions
and
become
then
the habits. Habits
yep.
become the character. Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, Lew, man, I could go on about this stuff all day, my friend. It is what really gets me pumped up. I appreciate your time here today, your story, your perspective, the fact that you've pushed through, man, and what you've created. So, for folks out there listening that could be interested in learning from you, talking to you more, what's the best way for them to reach out to you and find you?
Sure. You can shoot me an email. It's aaarealtyinvest@gmail.com. I would love to connect with you guys. If I can help you in any way, or maybe you can help me in any way. It's just a matter of expanding this network, and finding the right connection.
Love that. Thank you for sharing. If you're listening or watching in, check the show notes. We'll have Lew's email there for you. Like I say all the time on the show, when you meet a professional, reach out to them. We're not just bringing random folks on here. Relationships are important. Build them with people who are doing the business every day, that have actions involved with their life. So again, Lew, thanks for being here today, man. Loved our conversation. Thank you, everybody out there, for joining us. If you got value from today's episode, please like this episode, share it with someone else you think can get value out of it. And don't forget to subscribe to our podcast. We appreciate every single one of you that follows along out there with us. We've got more conversations coming up with operators just like Lew, out there building a real business in the industry. Thanks for being with us. We'll see you on the next episode.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.